Celtic manager who knows what he's talking about. Celtic against Hamilton updates to come. Full live commentary. Aberdeen Rangers will be at St Mirren, Ross County, Kilmarnock, and of course we'll be at Hearts, who are still waiting to appoint a new manager. Brian McLaughlin, are we edging ever closer?
Possibly not, Richard. Well, we are obviously getting closer. Whether we're edging closer at the moment. Well, let's go back 48 hours, Richard, because on Monday night, Hearts lawyers are involved now as well. Daniel Stendhal and his representatives believe there should be no compensation due to Barnsley at all. My understanding is that the issue could be that Daniel Stendhal himself had not agreed a severance package with Barnsley, and that is the reason why Barnsley say, well, he's technically still our employee, and if you want to take one of our employees, then you're going to have to pay compensation. Now, last night Anne Budge was at a function in Edinburgh, and she described the ordeal of trying to get Daniel Stendhal over the line as a new Hearts head coach as torturous. Now, hopefully we'll speak to Anne Budge in the next couple of days, Richard, should this get over the line. But a few moments ago, I did catch up with Hearts interim manager Austin McPhee.
Well, Austin, you're here tonight. First of all, what can you tell us about Daniel Stendhal? Is it happening? Is it not happening?
I mean, I'm just in the same position that I was for most of the weeks that I've been speaking to you, Brian. Obviously, he seems to be the preferred candidate, but as Mrs. Budge has obviously mentioned yesterday, that it's been quite a protracted negotiation with more than with the club as well, with his previous club. So I really know as much as you just now.
Has there been any indication to yourself what happens to yourself after this process?
No, I think that it's best that that's discussed once they manage to get their preferred candidate, and we can then see what the lie of the land is at that time. I just need to focus on trying to get Hearts 3 points tonight, and if I'm asked to do this on Saturday, get them another 3 points
which may happen
on Saturday. So I don't think me knowing more than you at this point would help the team win, and that's what I keep going back to. Is what I need to know about, to help the team win is I need to know about the fitness of the players, I need to know about the mindset of the players, I need to know how the players are trained, I need to know a bit about Livingston, and then I need to pick the right team. So the things off the pitch in terms of the next manager, me knowing those things right now aren't going to have an impact on their team performance. So
that said, though, Austin, it must have a negative impact on the mindset of it's human nature. If somebody's coming in to take someone's job, if it's Daniel Stendhal with a couple of assistants, what does it mean for either yourself or John Daly or Liam Fox? What do they about the players? Because I would imagine you'll want to bring in some players in January as well.
Well, I think we have a squad. We've got a big squad, right? Yeah. There's a few boys injured just now, but for example, I've picked 11 of them tonight. I'm sure the other 11 can't wait for the new manager. So there's always pros and cons in these situations. I think sometimes, obviously, the staff and the players are in a different boat, as you've just referenced. But my focus has always been just to do as well as I can for Hearts. The last 3 times at Tynecastle I've stepped in as interim manager. We've won all the games, and I really hope we can do that again tonight.
Situation critical, would you say that, in terms of the league position at the moment?
No, I think that as I said to you yesterday, that we've played Rangers in Glasgow twice in 4 games. We hadn't beaten them at Hampden since 1874, and we hadn't beaten them at Ibrox since 2012. So the other 2 games that have been was a disappointing performance at Kilmarnock, in particular a disappointing 8 minutes, but then a really good performance at Tynecastle, and 5 goals. First time he scored 3.5 goals at 5 goals for the first time in 3.5 years in the league. So that's what I've been referencing in the last 2 days, in addition to the training that we want. And we want a similar performance to that game tonight, and we want to park everything for the 90 minutes at least.
Austin McPhee, we heard from Brian, who gave us the news there that it continues to be delayed. I keep checking, Alan, the BBC Sport website. The actual page hasn't. The headline has been Stendhal is offered job as Hearts manager. It's been like that for almost 48 hours now. It just seems incredible that they have reached this stage and it's just stalled.
Yeah, well, Richard, I'm led to believe that everything, as Brian said, everything was agreed, and then the spanner in the works came where Barnsley want compensation, and I don't know how much that could be. It could be £200,000-300,000, maybe more. We don't know. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But they certainly need a manager, and they certainly need one in very, very quickly, and they'll be hoping that they can get one in before the weekend. Incidentally, Richard, there's been a change here. Aaron Hickey's got a groin problem, so he drops out the starting 11. In fact, drops out altogether, obviously. Jamie Brandon comes in to replace him, and Dika Mona takes his place on the bench. So young Hickey is out, Brandon is in, and Dika Mona is on the bench. But if the new manager is here tonight, or potential new manager is here tonight, he'll be hoping to see a victory.
Well, we'll find out from Brian. He'll be looking around just to see if he has indeed turned up. Michael, what do you make of this?
Dragged out even longer, and I think everybody recognises the desperate need for Hearts to get a manager in and bring some leadership to the club. But looking further ahead as well, there's some big questions that are lingering over the club with regards to what's going to happen in January. Obviously there was a story about Aaron Hickey and moving to Manchester City. It appears as if the club are desperately trying to raise some money, and I think that just harks back to the fact that the amount of money that's been wasted. Aaron Hickey should be getting a rest. He's had too many games at this age, and he should be here for the next 3 or 4 years. But unfortunately, it seems as if they're desperately trying to raise money to, rectify the mess that's been put in place by the previous guy. So it's a huge opportunity that's been wasted, in my opinion, and hopefully the new manager comes in, can pick up the pieces and do something better with what is still a very, very good football club, with a good squad that is massively underachieving.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, you only look at the facilities and everything that goes with that club to understand, to realise just how big it is. They just need the right kind of guidance. Will it be Daniel Stendhal? We may find out a little more during the course of the evening. If we do, Brian will certainly let us know right here on Sports Sound. Just in terms of the big commentary game, of course, it is going to be the one up there at Pittodrie. Stephen Gerrard talking to Sky Sports. He said we have to forget all about the cup final for the time being. We've got a big challenge ahead of us tonight. He talked about Borna Barisic's absence. He said he's had some jabs to play lately after some more kicks on the foot. Morelos, delighted that he's just focusing on his football. He just needs to continue to play in the right way. And he did say that in terms of the threat posed by Aberdeen, they have to be wary of Sam Cosgrove and his goal scoring. And of course, Cosgrove and Morelos in the last year or so just about going goal for goal across the matches they've played. We will be updating you from Celtic against Hamilton, from Hearts against Livingston, Kilmarnock, St Johnstone, Ross County, Hibernian and St Mirren against Motherwell. We'll also keep an eye on the games. There's 5 of them in the English Premier League. 6 of them in the English Premier League this evening. In one of them, Man United have just gone ahead against Spurs. Marcus Rashford scoring in the 6th minute. 5 of the games kicking off at 7:30. The Merseyside derby, Liverpool-Everton at 8:15. So updates to come from there, but of course in the main it will all be about the Scottish Premiership and full live commentary from Pittodrie. Aberdeen against Rangers with Neil McCann, Willie Miller and Rob McLean.
Thanks, Richard. Fasten your seatbelts for what could be and should be an exciting night of Scottish Premiership football. We will be across everything, but with particular focus on this one, Aberdeen against Rangers. Can Aberdeen put up a better show? Well, they'll have to really from what they produced towards the end of September when they lost so heavily at Ibrox 5-0. Could have been worse for them on that occasion. You've heard already how Derek McInnes reflects on that performance. Aberdeen need to be a whole lot better to be competitive against a Rangers side with the scent of a serious title challenge in their nostrils. And we are underway at Pittodrie. John Beaton is the referee, and as we look from the main stand, Rangers playing right to left in the first half. Change colours of a mixture of black and blue. Aberdeen in all red. And immediately a free kick is conceded. The foul on James Tavernier as Rangers move down the right side, and an early chance, Willie, to get the ball in the box.
It is, Rob, yeah. Andrew Considine just taking Tavernier out of the game there. I love the little 1-2 that he played with Morelos. Looked as though he was in behind, or he was going to get in behind Andrew Considine before the full-back just checked him out of the game. The flag went up, and the free kick. Now, there's a chance to test the Aberdeen defence, who were dreadful defending set pieces at the weekend.
In comes the free kick from James Tavernier. It was right on the money. Aberdeen managed to get it clear. It was played in with lots of pace into the heart of the 6-yard box, and immediately Aberdeen under pressure. They are again as Ryan Kent runs at them with the ball, and another free kick goes Rangers' way for an infringement on Stephen Davis, and Aberdeen on the back foot, Neil, early on.
Yeah, I know there was a protestation from Derek McInnes and his players, but I thought it was a free kick. I thought Davis just got the toe in first, moved the ball, took the contact. The first ball from Tavernier was, you're right, Rob, it was a fantastic delivery. And Aberdeen went zonal. They usually go zonal from free kicks rather than man for man from corners, and they were almost done because Hollander just got underneath it. Well, had it been just a slightly fraction smaller.
Yeah, they looked fragile again.
Yeah, they did, aye.
It's an unusual an eyebrow-raising Aberdeen team selection this tonight, and the pressure is on right away, and another free kick curled in by James Tavernier. Well, we give him plenty of praise for the last one. This one from left of centre, he got it all wrong. Lots of air on it, too long, way beyond everyone, and that takes the heat off Aberdeen for the moment.
Well, it does, yeah. I mean, the last thing Aberdeen want is to lose an early goal here. They've set up, it looks like a strong kind of a setup. The two sitting midfield players to protect the back four as well. Obviously they'll try to get them support Cosgrove, but it looks as though it's a very competitive setup. It's a setup that with the two sitting in front, two almost defenders that are sitting in front of the back four. They're looking to protect, particularly early in the game.
Wilson off the right, Willie, which is unusual. I thought he was going to play off the left. Gallagher off the right, possibly.
Looks like an Aberdeen team built for containment. That would be the first port of call for them, the way they've set up here with Viner and Lee, as well, he says, in front of that solid, they hope it's going to be solid back four. Rangers are on the offensive right from the word go here. The game is being played in the Aberdeen half from kick-off. Stephen Davis' pass goes astray, and it's booted downfield by Ash Taylor. Cosgrove flicks it on, free kick goes against Sam Cosgrove. The Aberdeen fans already furious with John Beaton. It was Helander into that little tangle with Cosgrove. He stayed down in the halfway line, but the free kick's gone the other way.
Yeah, I think Cosgrove got a fair chunk of his jersey stripped, isn't he? And that's why the referee's given the free kick. It's not unusual that the Aberdeen fans are not going to see that. I think Helander did, infringe him, but it was after Cosgrove had a grab of his jersey.
The free kick is taken short. Ryan Jack, the former Aberdeen midfielder, involved early on. He's one of a couple of changes returning to the team, as we knew he would here tonight. Rangers with so many big matches to come, but he's potentially a big influence on this 90 minutes. Kent plays it wide left for John Flanagan, in with the right foot, flicked on towards Joe Aribo, shot blocked. Aberdeen get it away only as far as Stephen Davis though, and Rangers continue to dominate possession. The ball worked to Tavernier, right side. His cross is headed away by McKenna. Rangers probing at this reshuffled Aberdeen defence already.
Yeah, that was too easy down Aberdeen's right side, Rangers left side for Flanagan. Whether Wilson just switches off there and doesn't think Flanagan's going to be used. But you can see the problem that Flanagan has, Willie, when he gets high and wide. He's having to chop back onto that right foot, which changes the angle of the cross, where strikers then have to change their run. But Aberdeen can't take their eye off the ball with that overlapping run because Barisic isn't playing, because it was far too easy, Rob.
Wilson with his first chance to impress, running at the Rangers defence. It's blocked by Helander. Davis laid it off. He was caught after the ball had gone, Davis, but Rangers in possession, and again they work it down that right hand side where they're already having some joy. Clumsy challenge on Morelos, and it was Zach Viner, and another free kick conceded. They can't keep on giving these away.
No, you know, I said before the game that when you're playing against a good side, you've got to think your way through it as well. They've got to be competitive, absolutely, but you've got to think about challenges as well, and you can't give away too many free kicks this early in the game, you know, because all you're doing is...
Aberdeen will hope that Rangers don't capitalise on this one. It's going to be the skipper over it again here, James Tavernier. Plenty of targets. Here comes Tavernier's delivery, low. It was an awkward one. I'm not sure what it was that he was planning, and the follow-up shot is deflected wide of target, and it's going to be a corner kick now. It was Arfield's shot which took a deflection, and the first corner of the match.
Yeah, it did take the deflections, no doubt that it was. You know, a deflected shot. Shot looked as though it was on target. I don't think it was going to trouble Joe Lewis in goal, but it's another opportunity for Rangers to put the Aberdeen defence under a fair bit of pressure.
The ball is heading again into that danger zone from Tavernier's corner kick this time. Andy Considine's header away, and Shea Logan at the edge of the penalty box just lumped it downfield rather than maybe just showing a little bit more composure and keeping it. And Rangers back on it again as Alan Ferguson plays it out to another hugely experienced player in Stephen Davis. One team is threatening in these early moments, and that is Rangers. Kent right in the middle of the field, that combination of short sleeves and gloves on a admittedly nippy December evening in the northeast. 0-0 early on, 7 minutes gone, Aberdeen and Rangers, and we'll have news for you of the goals as they go in elsewhere. Meantime, it is Scott Arfield down the right hand side. The ball has gone out down at that corner close to the away support, and it looks very much as if Rangers have certainly taken all the tickets, all the allocation they had, but plenty of empty seats around the ground, Willie, when you consider this is Aberdeen and Rangers.
Yeah, there is. I think they're casting their mind back to that Celtic game, you know, and they don't want a repeat of that's for sure. But a little bit disappointing. Yeah, I think it could have been a better turnout. It's a perfect night for a game of football as well, isn't it? And I think it's a mouth-watering chance for Aberdeen to put the record straight after that Celtic defeat, and obviously get a little bit of revenge for the Ibrox defeat as well.
Yeah, it's a catch-22, Neil, isn't it? Because Aberdeen fans, maybe some of them don't want to be here to witness another heavy defeat if that's what they're fearing, but then an atmosphere here can help the players on the pitch to respond.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Derek McInnes and the players would have preferred that support to be a full house to row them on and just give them that opportunity. Rob, it can make a difference, you know, that these fixtures they're fierce, and you can feel the atmosphere. I know you can't really hear too much of the shouting going on because you're immersed in the game, but you can hear the general atmosphere around, and it is a big time advantage when you've got a full support, a home support, that is.
Long ball from Scott McKenna, headed away by Connor. Top team football this season. It's given away in the end by Stephen Davis, but it was certainly impressive from Flanagan. His last first team action was the Old Firm game back in September. It's been a long time away from football at this level of intensity. Danny Ings is a goal scorer for Southampton against Norwich in the English Premier League. Wolves 1, West Ham 0. And that's Leander Dendoncker who's got the opening goal of that one. Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 0. Tammy Abraham scored again, and of course that goal we gave you earlier, it was an earlier start at Old Trafford. Jose Mourinho returning with Tottenham, but it's Marcus Rashford who has United ahead in that one. No goals so far in the Scottish Premiership. Celtic, Hamilton, Kilmarnock, St Johnstone, Ross County, Hibs, St Mirren, Motherwell, Hearts, Livingston, and of course this one, a mistake by Zach Viner, and Alfredo Morelos is in. What a chance that was, and what a save by Joe Lewis.
Yeah, well, Lee makes a mistake. He's back in position for the 1-2 for Morelos, just playing on the outside channel there, and I thought he was in a great position to intercept the pass, Rob. He made a hell of a mess of it, and Morelos is then in a goal, but he hits it with such ferocity. It's a thunderbolt. It is straight at Joe Lewis. He couldn't catch it, of course, or take it into the body. Elected to push it away with his arms, but it was a good opportunity for Morelos.
And on the back of that, this corner kick for Rangers, right hand side, taken short. Stephen Davis jinking his way to the byline, fires it low. Aberdeen get it away. There was a challenge there which Rangers are claiming was a late one. I think it was it Shea Logan?
Shea Logan, yeah.
Who was awkward and late. It was Joe Aribo, I think.
I think he actually steals it. Rob, I think he steals the ball as Aribo's going to unload a shot.
He had to get the ball, didn't he? Because otherwise that would have been a penalty kick. Rangers continue to keep this almost incessant pressure up, Willie.
It's a good challenge. There's no way it's a penalty. He gets all of the ball there as Aribo. Looks to pounce inside the box, and Shea Logan had kept his eye on the ball. He was very swift in seeing the danger. Great tackle.
Another Rangers corner kick, and James Tavernier placed it in, and Philip Helander was up well. Scott McKenna challenging against him, and it was a glancing header in the end. It's gone all the way across and out for a throw-in on the other side.
Well, they're surviving the early onslaught, aren't they?
And it's a fair old onslaught, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly Rangers are throwing everything at them, but they're set up. They're set up that way. They've got enough height. They've got the two screening midfield players as well, and you would expect them to have to soak up a fair bit of pressure and look to do some damage on the break.
Aberdeen unbeaten in 5. They've won against Hamilton, Kilmarnock, Ross County, St Mirren. A good run of form, but the opposition tonight considerably tougher. And it's a team with a big incentive as well. Locked together with Celtic at the top of the Premiership. Just one goal between them at the moment. Joe Aribo in the centre circle plays a pass towards the left to Ryan Jack, who's getting a bit of booing from the fans who used to adore him. Not anymore. Goldson now fires it. Really good pass. Yeah, right into the feet of Tavernier. He's on the move, and central is Ryan Kent, jinking away from the challenge of Greg Lee. Back with Tavernier. Great ball in. Again, right into a really dangerous zone. There were 3 for Rangers in the box. None could get on the end of it, and the ball across to the corner flag, and it was Zach Viner plunging in with or was it Shea Logan that time?
Rob, it was a really late one down in that far corner on Joe Aribo.
It's going to be a free kick then, which is virtually a corner kick, but a booking already against Shea Logan. Another great ball in from Tavernier, and I think he probably was entitled to think there'd be somebody on the end of that.
Yeah, absolutely, and a really difficult one to defend, but the Goldson pass was superb, wasn't it?
Just absolutely took Aberdeen out, the press out.
He just drilled it, didn't he? Right into Tavernier's feet. The dangers, they keep on coming for Aberdeen. It is still goalless. Ryan Kent to the byline, dinks it in, right-footed. Goldson with a glancing header, looked as if that was a great chance for him to score. Goal at Celtic Park, Paki.
Yes, it's a goal for Celtic, and young Lewis Morgan down the left-hand side, inside the box. He has a strike. The keeper makes a decent save, but parried it out, and there was Ryan Christie following up to blast the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-0 to Celtic.
2 goals in Dingwall last time out for Ryan Christie. That is 16 for the season now for the prolific goal-scoring midfielder. What a time he is having, and Celtic in front, as I guess we expected they would be early on against Hamilton. That's the first goal of this Premiership evening, but Rangers are battering away at the door here.
Yeah, Ryan Kent looks absolutely electrifying tonight. That's twice now he's just run straight across the byline. He's given both defenders each time 2 yards as well. Just knocked it. No tricks, no feints, no dips, just kicked it and had a race, and it was 2 really good balls across the face of the box.
It looked like Goldson was pretty close to getting his head on that, didn't it?
I couldn't believe it when he missed it, actually.
No.
It seemed to just elude him as he made the run towards the near post. I thought it looked as though it was going to end up in the back of the net. It was a well-worked opportunity, and not far away for the centre-back's head.
One-way traffic in the first 14 and a half minutes at Pittodrie, but the Aberdeen fans around us happy that the scoreline is still blank. Rangers have a free kick just inside their own half. James Wilson making just his second start of the season for Aberdeen today, and Ash Taylor in from the cold as well in their defensive lineup. He hasn't featured since the end of July. So 2 significant changes in the team as McKenna clears under pressure. Logan tries to get there, but it's Kent on the halfway line. There's an ominous look about Ryan Kent tonight, who's drifting into some really dangerous areas, and he's already supplying exactly the ammunition that's intended. All Rangers lacking so far is the finishing touch and going in front here. 15 minutes gone, Aberdeen 0, Rangers 0. Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. An exciting midweek programme here, and a long ball down the right side for Tavernier. He fires it into the box and it's turned away by McKenna, but he's turned it straight to Ryan Kent, and Rangers continue to have all the ball they could want. Davis to the left side, and John Flanagan, who's just slotted in pretty seamlessly so far for Rangers despite a long absence. Now it's Morelos on the left side. Lovely crossfield ball to James Tavernier. Rangers playing some top quality football here. Now it's Ryan Jack. Tavernier again. Jack to the byline. Aberdeen doing lots of chasing, and Rangers with bags of possession. Finally, it's broken up for Aberdeen, and they look to counter, but it's a poor ball from Gallagher, intended for Lewis Ferguson, but it's given away, and Rangers have it. And it's Morelos coming in off the left-hand side, and an awkward wobbling shot that bounced in front of the goalkeeper, but in the end Joe Lewis wraps his gloves around it.
Yeah, it was a good take actually, because the ball was moving left to right and dipping, and he caught it like the old school where you put it under your arm and you walk away like it's my ball and nobody's getting it. It was really cool from the big goalkeeper because it didn't look that easy to catch. But again, it's Morelos drifting into a wide position. I love the rotation, Rob, that Rangers are doing. They fill the gaps. They play this 4-3-3, and it doesn't matter who's in those positions, they just fill the position. So the rotation is really giving Aberdeen all sorts of trouble.
It's Hearts against Livingston tonight. Alan Preston's there, Al.
No, Hearts should be ahead. Well, they've had a couple of really good chances. Walker in the first minute had a volley just wide. Naismith had a shot beaten out, but the best chance fell to ex-Livingston captain Craig Halkett. It's a free header 6 yards out, middle of the goals, and he knocked it wide. Full of intent from Hearts at the start of the game, but still Hearts 0, Livingston 0.
Just the one Premiership goal so far, and that's Ryan Christie for Celtic against Hamilton. Here goes Joe Aribo for Rangers to Tavernier, in low, and Scott Arfield scores. Beautifully constructed, clinically finished. Rangers go in front at Pittodrie.
Well, it's been coming, isn't it? And Tavernier's been a real threat down that right hand side, and when he gets into these positions, gets your head up, picks out Arfield. Arfield makes a great run into the box. It's an easy finish. You know, I say that with a bit of tongue in cheek because you still got to get his body over it, but it's on a plate for him.
It is, but again, well, it's too easy. John Gallagher gives the ball away, and then Rangers, you're right, Tavernier's been superb in terms of getting high and wide, and his delivery tonight has been really good. I know he's been criticised in the past, but he looks up and he fires this one low. Scott Arfield's run, Willie, is so good because he dips to go across the goal and then just slightly comes out away from the 6 yard box. All the Aberdeen jerseys go towards that 6 yard box, and then he just controls his side foot into the far corner. But it was a brilliant move. But you're right, it's been coming, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah, not always a regular starter in recent matches. Scott Arfield, he's had to sit on the bench a few times lately in big matches, but when he comes in, he tends to deliver. He just has done. It's his third goal of the season, and Rangers are in front. Aribo to Tavernier, side foot into the box, low on the deck, and a very straightforward finish. He made it look very easy, Scott Arfield, and Rangers hit the front, and you certainly can't say they don't deserve to be ahead because it's almost total domination here.
It is, and it's really difficult for even the back six Aberdeen got, the 6 defenders in front of Joe Lewis, to pick up bodies because the movement is so good, isn't it? And interchanging is so mixed up as well. That they're finding it really difficult to pin any of the Rangers forwards and midfield players down at all.
So that, as it stands, league table has Rangers and Celtic heading for yet more Premiership points, both in front. 1-0 Celtic against Hamilton, 1-0 Rangers here at Pittodrie against Aberdeen. What about Kilmarnock St Johnstone, Check?
It's 0-0, Rob. We've played 19 minutes here, and I have to say St Johnstone look the better team in this opening spell. They've just missed actually a real chance. Hammy McCann with a clear header. He was unmarked from a corner kick, and he just put it way past the post. They should have hit the target before that. Quickly taken free kick. Dre Wright was in. But Kilmarnock actually under the caution a little bit, and this is much better from a much change St Johnstone side, but it's still Kilvin 0, St Johnstone 0.
Here at Pittodrie, Aberdeen playing second fiddle. Players like Lewis Ferguson have barely seen the ball in the match so far. Sam Cosgrove certainly starved of supply up front, but Aberdeen just have to dig in here and try to stay in touch. That could be a challenge. Here goes Kent down the left side. Viner tries to get close, the ball into the box and cleared by Ash Taylor, flicked on by James Wilson, but Aberdeen just cannot hold on to the ball.
Yeah, it's just an absolute onslaught. What Willie's touching on, for our listeners who can't see the pictures, maybe is it the rotation. I mean, Joe Aribo generally plays to the left side of the midfield and Arfield up on one of the forward positions, but Aribo's going to stand in wide right, and then Arfield's dropping deep, and then Aribo's then starting to drop into position, and then that's drawing the full back, and the next minute Tavernier springs. So everywhere Aberdeen try to follow and plug holes, Rangers are just fluidly moving around them and finding gaps, and that's why Aberdeen are just really finding it difficult to get to grips.
This has been a problematic fixture for Rangers at times recently, Willie. I think they've only won one of their last 5 here, so Aberdeen have posed problems for Rangers in the recent past. Yeah. Rangers are cruising at the moment and loving every moment of this. A long ball for Joe Aribo. Considine under pressure. He recovers and plays it back, and Joe Lewis gets it away. And Aberdeen at the moment just want to get rid of the ball.
But they need to try and hold on to it, Rob. You know, the fans are getting a little bit frustrated. I think the players will get frustrated as well, because any time the goalkeeper or a centre-back gets the ball, it's just launched forward aimlessly. They've got to try and hold on to the ball when they get a bit of possession. They haven't been able to do that yet.
And there's a nutmeg from Morelos on Wilson, just to add to Rangers' feeling of superiority at the moment. There is only one team in it at Pittodrie with 22 minutes gone. Aberdeen 0, Rangers 1. Scott Arfield's goal, his third of the campaign, 16th of the season for Ryan Christie. And Celtic in front against Hamilton. Those are the only 2 Scottish Premiership goals so far. Flanagan plays a long ball forward. Considine heads it back to Joe Lewis, and Dodsy's in Dingwall.
Yeah, it's an open game, really good chances at both ends, but Hibs have been really pushing the last 5 minutes. And Jason Naismith, Rob, just a strike from 20 yards that crashed off the crossbar, and then Boyle through 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper there, but his shot was blocked. But the pressure building in County is still here. It's Ross County 0, Hibs 0.
Naismith, a goal scorer at the weekend. Rangers 1 up at Pittodrie, and the former Dons midfielder Ryan Jack in possession. A long raking crossfield pass, brilliant pass, and finding Ryan Kent. It was right on the touchline on the other side. He wins the throw-in, and Rangers continue to run the show. And the ball is back with Goldson on halfway. Rangers almost strolling through this at the moment. No contest at the moment. The good news for Aberdeen is that Rangers have only scored 1 goal, and the Dons are still in touch. Helander to Goldson. Joe Aribo just in front. Rangers playing lots of really slick stuff, and Aberdeen can't get close. Tavernier across on the right side. He's been instrumental in a lot of Rangers attacking play so far. Goal scorer on the ball, Scott Arfield. Square of him is Morelos. On the touchline left hand side is John Flanagan. He steps inside, and again it's a long spell of passes from Rangers, pulling the players in red all over the pitch, and Jack's given it away in the end. Ryan Jack squares it, and just sensing Lewis Ferguson the chance to catch Alan McGregor off his line, tried a shot from 45 yards, but he needed more height to be beating the goalkeeper.
He did, but it was the right idea,
yep.
Wasn't it? It was presented to him by Ryan Jack. Square pass, poor square pass from him, and Lewis Ferguson gets a head up. He sees Alan McGregor off the line. He needs, you're right, more height, more power. If he does that and he connects with it properly, it's a magnificent goal.
Here goes Ryan Jack now driving forward down the middle, plays the ball to the left side for Ryan Kent. jinking inside and out, support from Flanagan. He rolls it into the middle, lovely touch from Arfield. Aribo flicks it on, took a deflection of an Aberdeen defender, and it trundled back towards Joe Lewis. Again, really pleasing football from Rangers.
Yeah, really good. Derek McInnes went off his head there. Ryan Jack just peeled into the midfield area. I mean, in the heart of the park, and there was 20 yards circumference right around him with no one near him in red. Picks the ball up, sprays it wide, and then it was a lovely little move across the edge of the 18-yard box. Arfield did a lovely little give and go outside of the boot, but Aribo decided to go Morelos. But Rangers just at times are playing some brilliant football, and Aberdeen, as I said, Rob, are just struggling to contain it.
When Ryan Jack gave the ball away a couple of minutes ago, it was almost as if Rangers were bored with having had the ball for too long. He thought, better give it away just to break things up, because other than that, and he's done it again. Jack, a sloppy pass. But Aberdeen may be surprised at having the ball, can't do anything with it. It's given away by Gallagher, and it's gone out for a throw.
He's giving some of his ex-teammates a bit of respite, isn't he, Ryan Jack, with the two passes? Under no pressure whatsoever, giving them right back to Aberdeen. But unfortunately, there's no composure. John Gallagher again, got to put his foot in it. He's got to have a little bit of composure, got to make sure that the pass finds a red jersey. Passes it aimlessly and out for the throw-in, and so it's presented to you, but you make no impression on Rangers, and you know the minute Rangers are going to get that ball back, they're going to zip it about you, and the Dons are really struggling to get close to them.
Rangers and Celtic are 9 points clear of their nearest challengers, Aberdeen, and it looks like that's not a gap that's going to be closing any time soon. Dele Alli has scored for Tottenham, so Jose Mourinho's team have equalised at Old Trafford. Marcus Rashford scored early on. Dele Alli making it 1-1 in Paisley. Derek Ferguson. Hi, Derek.
Bit of a battle here, Rob. Both defences certainly on top. It's not the keeper hasn't made one from both sides, haven't had a shot to save, so a little bit disappointing if I'm being honest with you, Rob. But 24 minutes gone, scrappy affair here. St Mirren 0, Motherwell 0.
An Aberdeen free kick launched in towards Ash Taylor, headed away by Connor Goldson. Alan McGregor with nothing to do so far. We've played nearly 27 minutes. Ferguson powering down the right hand side. Davis and Flanagan teaming up to stop him. Ferguson just stopped looking for a free kick, not forthcoming from referee John Beaton.
Aberdeen fans are irate, but I tell you who else is irate. Derek McInnes. That's about the third time now John Gallagher's given the ball away, and he's been looking behind him. It's not often a manager will make a substitution in the first half, but I think if John doesn't get himself going again.
Niall McGinn is a big miss for Aberdeen tonight. Forward goes Tavernier again. He plays a useful ball again to the back post for Morelos. Shea Logan turns it behind. There was nothing else he could do. Corner kick coming up.
Tell you, I might switch. If I was Derek, I would just switch Wilson and Gallagher just to give him a wee bit of respite, get him over here, give him some encouragement, but also to get Wilson on Tavernier, because Gallagher's dropped him now about 2 or 3 times, Willie, and he's just getting the freedom of the right side.
The top two ahead in the Premiership tonight by a goal to nil. Here's a Rangers corner kick. Kent in at the near post, and the diving header away by Zach Viner, and it's gone out for a throw in this time for Rangers, who lead by a goal to nil here at Pittodrie. Bad news for Hearts, Michael.
Yeah, Stephen Naismith has had to go off injured. He's limping about for about 5 minutes. He took a long ball up the field. He looks as if he's stretched and perhaps has just tweaked his hamstring slightly. He's gone off and Stephen McLean's come on.
Well, that's all Hearts need, isn't it? An injury. Another one to Stephen Naismith. Goalless against Livingston, and a free kick here for the Morelos challenge on Cosgrove. Or was it? No, it was James Wilson, wasn't it? It was James Wilson, I think. 29 minutes gone at Pittodrie. Southampton are 2-0 up now against Norwich. Ryan Bertrand has scored 2 struggling teams in the English Premier League, and Southampton have got themselves a couple of goals to the good. 1-0 Rangers at Pittodrie, the game we were watching. 1-0 Celtic at home to Hamilton. Ryan Christie there, Scott Arfield the scorer here, and we're approaching the half hour, and it's been a painful first half hour for the Aberdeen fans, Willie.
It has, yeah. I mean, the Aberdeen players have been spectators really, but I think they've tried to close Rangers down, but the quality of football from the visitors just such a high standard that
oh dear, what a terrible pass from Zach Viner. He was looking straight at the Rangers player as he gave it away. Here goes Kent, rolls it in for Alfredo Morelos. Shot blocked, but Ryan Jack will score against his old team inside half an hour at Pittodrie. Rangers go 2 goals in front, and it's Jack who keeps up this scoring spree, and it's 2-0 Rangers.
Rangers just playing with far too much tempo. Aberdeen playing with far too much self. I mean, they've just got no belief when they get possession of the ball, Willie. I mean, when they're tracing so hard to get it, you've got to protect it. John Gallagher for the first one gave it away. Then it was Lee with a really slack pass. It comes into Kent, and you're thinking Kent will just open up the afterburners here. But he waited, and there's Morelos just making a lovely little angled run in behind Scott McKenna. Ball perfectly weighted. It wasn't a great shot, but it was big enough to make Joe Lewis make the save. He doesn't deal with it. And there's Ryan Jack. He just absolutely follows in. I mean, he makes up about 30 yards, Rob. He just didn't stop moving. It's probably the least player that Aberdeen fans would love to see scoring, but there you are, 2-0 and cruising.
Derek, St Mirren Motherwell.
Yeah, one bit of quality we've got tonight, and it's produced a goal. James Scott for Motherwell, just down that right hand side, cuts onto his left foot, drills it hard and low past the keeper down to his right hand side. So finally, hopefully, the game will break out in terms of the quality, but that was a wonderful goal from the young man. 1-0 to Motherwell here at St Mirren Park.
Here at Pittodrie, then goes Alfredo Morelos. In went Scott McKenna to try to get him back to his feet. He just slapped out with his left hand. Morelos, he's not happy. What happened there?
I didn't see. You're not seeing that instant yet, Rob. Just about to see a replay of it. But I'm just going back to the goal. Just seeing a replay of it. Actually, it's Ash Taylor on Morelos. There's, at first glance, not too much in that. Morelos is obviously feels like he's been hurt off the ball there by Taylor. But going back to the goal, I'm not sure Neil mentioned it in passing, but Joe Lewis got a big role to play in that. He really should do better with the initial shot from Morelos, and it gives Ryan Jack an absolute tapping from a couple of yards. Good following up, obviously, but Joe Lewis will not look back on that particularly fondly as Morelos gets back to his feet.
Thanks, Al. He's the VAR man in the studio, and when he stopped the shot there from Morelos, he just knocked it straight out in front, the Aberdeen goalkeeper, and it was a tap in. It's goal number 5 of the season for Ryan Jack. He's becoming a bit of a goal machine.
He is,
not renowned for it.
It's just a case of following up and hope that you get the break of it. And what Joe Lewis does, though, I think he's misread the flight of the ball, because he's went to his left hand side, towards the near post, and as the shot comes in, he's then stretching to put it back out, but he can only put it back out into play. You're right, Al's right. What he's got to do is try to, if he's not going to save it, is get it back out the way rather than putting it back into play.
Was it Ryan Jack that intercepted the Greg Lee's pass as well? So when he plays it to Kent, I mean, that's 50 yards that he's run there just to have a tap in. It's brilliant desire to get into the box, and that's why he's got 5 goals, Rob. He's just suddenly got a bit of belief and a bit of freedom to go and get in touch.
And if you're an Aberdeen fan, you wouldn't really like the body language from the team in red either on the back of that second Rangers goal, because it was all slumping of the shoulders. Trezeguet, a goal scorer for Aston Villa, cancelling out Tammy Abraham's goal for Chelsea. It's 1-1 at Stamford Bridge in the English Premier League.